Hello and welcome. In today's video, we are going to show you a special trick that is very, very useful. It's not very well known. It's used a lot if you are a developer, but I think it's a tool that can be extremely helpful regardless of what type of user you are within Business Central. I'm talking about the page inspection. Now, let's go to the sales order. Let's pick a sales order. So we're going to go here in the sales order page. We're going to select our latest sales order. So on any page in Business Central, there is usually a table associated with it with records. Now, these records have obviously fields. Most of them are being shown on the page. And as you can see here, some of them are also available like just by clicking on options on the interface. It's also possible to add some of those fields if they're not available here using the personalize feature. We have a video on that. If you haven't watched that, make sure you check that out because it's an extremely useful tool as well. But still, there are some fields that are simply not available to be added to the page unless you are a developer and you design and define a new extension that will allow you to add that field and see it on the page for the user to see and potentially interact with it. So if we want to inspect those fields without having to write code, there's a simple way. All we have to do on the page is use these three keys on your keyboard: Control, Alt, F1. So we press them all together, Control, Alt, F1. And you notice that here on the right side of my screen, we have this new section that has opened and that is giving us information, a lot of information actually, on this page. Now, first of all, we see we are looking at the sales order page. We knew that. We're given some information about the object number, the table that it's being referenced by this page. But more importantly, we see a full list of the fields. It's also possible to filter on this list of fields. Now, let's see, for example, if we select here the sales order number, we obviously see that's the sales order number that is up here. We see that we have some of the information that is already being shown here. The customer name. Let's see what else. Let's see if we can pick some of the other fields here. And let's see, for example, the posting date, if we can search. And there you have it, the posting date. See, and by the way, if we select that field, it will highlight here as well. So that's also very useful. Let's see. Another, for example, here, the sell to customer number applies to the customer number. That's the field that we are seeing. This is the field behind the scenes on the table in Business Central. Now, you might think like, well, why is this helpful? Obviously, those fields are being shown, but there are some fields that are not necessarily shown on the page. And the most classic ones are the system fields, which for all records in Business Central are always present. The system created at tells us when this record was created in the database. So that's useful information. Who created it? In this case, obviously, it's demo data, so we don't have any information here. And also when it was last modified in the database. In this case, like there's no difference because it was created as demo data and it wasn't modified. However, if I were to make a change, you notice that this field is going to change. The system is going to update it. And now we have today's date, the time, and also the user that made this modification. Now, this is referring to the sales order, or the sales header as far as table. It is possible, obviously, to inspect other elements of the page. So if we select the lines, well, actually, you'll notice here that the page has changed. First of all, we're on a different page, sales order subform, which is a section within the sales order page that is showing us the sales line associated with a certain sales order. So if we remove the filter, we'll now notice that we have completely different fields here available. So if we go all the way back to the top, here we go. We have the line number, for example, which was not a field available in the sales order. we have the type, which we see also here on the page. We see the number of the item that is right here, the location, which is also visible. But there are also many other fields, like the system fields that we've already discussed. But there are many others that are available here that could be helpful to see. For example, without having to do personalized, just doing the inspection, we can easily see the general business posting group and the general product posting group just using the page inspection tool. So there you have it. Hopefully this is something that you might find helpful, especially if you need to debug something or try to figure out why a line or a page is acting a certain way and you're not sure, or you're getting an error message. The page inspection might be an easy tool for you to use and figure out like what's going on behind the scenes without having to learn how to code. I hope this was helpful, and let us know down below if there's anything else you'd like us to cover. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you again very, very soon. Thanks for watching this video from NAV SEAL. Check out more right here. NAV SEAL offer assistance and counsel on any existing solution, so if you're in need of assistance, don't hesitate to contact us on navseal.com or LinkedIn. Consider leaving a like and subscribe for more tips, news, and guides to anything Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central.